Attitudes are evaluative statements, either favorable or unfavorable, concerning objects, people, or events. They reflect how an individual feels about something, such as, I like my job. Looking at attitudes as being made up of three components, cognition, affect, and behavior, helps to illustrate their complexity. But keep in mind that the term attitude usually refers only to the affective component. Managers are specifically interested in job-related attitudes, and the most important and most studied are job satisfaction, job involvement, and organizational commitment. Job satisfaction is an employee's general attitude towards his or her job. When people speak of employee attitudes, more often than not, they mean job satisfaction. Job involvement is the degree to which an employee identifies with his or her job, actively participates in it, and considers his or her job performance important for self-worth. Organizational commitment is an employee's orientation towards the organization in terms of his or her loyalty to, identification with, and involvement in the organization. Employee engagement, a new concept generating widespread interest, happens when employees are connected to or satisfied with and enthusiastic about their jobs. Highly engaged employees are passionate about and deeply connected to their work. Disengaged employees have essentially checked out and they don't care. A global study of more than 12,000 employees found that the top 5 engagement factors are respect, the type of work that they're doing, work-life balance, providing good service to customers, and base pay. Highly engaged employees increase benefits and reduce cost. They're 2.5 times more likely to be top performers and to remain with the organization, which reduces recruiting and training costs. This winning combination of higher performance and lower costs contributes to superior financial performance. Research shows that individuals generally try to reconcile differing attitudes and to align their attitudes and behaviors so that they appear rational and consistent. They do this by altering either the attitudes or the behavior, or by developing a rationalization or justification for the discrepancy. Does this mean that we can predict an individual's behavior if we know his or her attitudes on a subject? Not necessarily. According to the theory of cognitive dissonance proposed by Leon Festinger in 1950s, cognitive dissonance is any incompatibility or inconsistency between attitudes or between behavior and attitudes. The theory argues that inconsistency is uncomfortable and that individuals try to reduce discomfort and thus the dissonance. For example, individuals who smoke might continue to do so, even though they know it's bad for their health. Why would someone continue engaging in behaviors that they know is unhealthy? According to Festinger, a person might decide that they value smoking more than their health. Determining the behavior is worth it in terms of risk versus rewards. Another way to deal with this dissonance is to minimize the potential drawbacks. The smoker might convince themselves that the negative health effects have been overstated. They might also assuage their health concerns by telling themselves that they cannot avoid every possible risk out there. Employees' attitudes influence behaviors. For example, satisfied and committed employees have lower rates of turnover and absenteeism. If managers want to keep resignations and absences down, especially among their more productive employees, they'll want to do things that generate positive attitudes. To do this, managers should focus on factors that are conducive to high levels of employee job satisfaction, which are likely to help employees to be more productive, such as making work challenging and interesting, providing equitable rewards, creating supportive working conditions and supportive colleagues. Managers should also survey employees about their attitudes multiple times to more effectively pinpoint employee dissatisfaction. Managers should know that employees will try to reduce dissonance, so managers might point to external forces such as competitors, customers, or other factors, or provide rewards that the employee desires when explaining the need to perform work about which the employee might feel some dissonance.